This will be a technique series primarily focused on different aspects of the classic lifts, in this case the third pull for the snatch. The first exercise is going to be tall snatch. A straight bar path is going to be pretty consistent throughout all the exercises, so I'm not going to mention it every time. But for this one specifically, the focus is mostly going to be maintaining stability in the bottom. The way to do this is to improve the timing on your lockout and your feet landing. If they land at the same time that your arms lock out, it's a lot easier to stay stable. And it'll make you look a lot faster too, because it kind of just looks like you drop under the bar and people will think you're a lot faster than you actually are. The second exercise is going to be a Soviet muscle snatch. The difference between this and a normal muscle snatch that you'll see lifters like Lou doing is that you don't make contact with the hips. A better example than me would be Lasha Talakadze. He'll do these in the training hall with like 130 and 140. But the main focus for this is going to be using your upper body correctly, because if you start using your arms too early, which is very tempting to do when you first start, it'll end up looking like a bent over row, and you'll just end up making the bar swing out, which is the opposite of what we are trying to achieve. So instead, wait until the bar is about at chest height before you start the turnover, and then what'll end up happening is your elbows will kind of flip underneath, and you press it up the rest of the way, keeping the bar in a straight line the entire time. So the last exercise, and easily the most difficult, is going to be the no contact snatches. There'll be two main issues that will happen a lot, and first and foremost is if you focus on keeping the bar really close, then you'll end up catching a lot of lifts back on your heels, because you'll be trying to go two different directions at once, where you're trying to keep the bar along your thigh and along your body, but at the same time you're trying not to touch your body and not touch your thighs and hips, or otherwise it wouldn't be a no contact snatch. And so what you'll end up having is a lot of lifts that go too far back and go off balance. Instead, it's better to focus on just keeping the bar in a straight path, because when you get to the top and you initiate the turnover, you'll pull it and you'll receive it back behind your head and over your hips just fine. The second issue is people try to muscle it, which if you're muscling it, you'll end up extending back too early and not staying over the bar, which will work great when the lifts are lighter, because you'll kind of just be able to force it into place. But when it gets heavier, you'll lose all your leverage and you'll end up missing a lot of your lifts in front, or if you make them, chasing them forward and catching them in bad positions.